2 weeks ago, I headed out to sunny Ojai Valley, California to get behind the wheel of the new 2024 Acura Integra Type S. Now, I told you all that I'd be making this little excursion, and I told you to give me your questions so I could do my best to find every answer I could. I'd like to know how much quieter than the Civic Type R it is. Actual decibel measurements at different speeds. Thank you. I regrettably did not bring my decibel meter with me to the track-only event for the Civic Type R or to the event for the Acura Integra, but I can tell you that you can tell the difference. The Integra is a bit of a more grown-up place to be inside. It's less raw, less raucous than the Type R. However, you are still getting a solid amount of noise into the cabin. You aren't getting so much tire and road noise, but you will be hearing that exhaust, the pops and crackles. It's like a Veloster N for someone who has a job with a suit and a tie. Does it feel faster than the Civic Type R? This is an interesting comparison for me personally because I drove the Civic on track and the Integra on normal city streets. They both feel very fast. You're getting a good sensation of speed in both. I wouldn't necessarily say the Integra feels faster. Is it worth price tag? You aren't buying this if you have a small family, most likely, and back 25 years ago, this was a car high schoolers could swoon after, and maybe some could even afford. Not so much the case anymore as it's gone way up market. So who buys this over a 2024 Mustang, an M240, or even stripped down M340? It's an interesting price point, but there's something to consider here. Back when you were in high school lusting over the cars on your bedroom poster wall, our whole global economy was in kind of a different state. Cars have been getting more and more expensive every year since then, and the Integra has gone up market to match. That's less a problem with this specific car and more a problem with car buying in general. Compared to the Mustang, the Acura is much more comfortable for groups of people. It has actual rear doors, it has a solid roof that isn't canting your rear seats forward at an awkward angle to fit a soft top. It's a hatchback. You can fit cargo in the rear. It makes more sense if you actually do have a family. Compared to the BMWs, you're in an interesting space here. Personally, I think the Integra looks a lot better than the 2 Series or the 3 Series right now, but that's personal opinion and that's up to your own choice. You also have differences in drive layout. The Integra is front-wheel drive, while the BMWs are rear-based, but often found all-wheel by the time you actually see one on a dealer lot. If you go with an all-wheel drive BMW, you're generally losing out on that manual transmission, and even if you don't, even if you go rear-wheel drive, the stick shift in the Integra is so much better. It is such a rewarding transmission to shift. Every new gear just feels incredible. It is a joy to drive. The Integra shines in ways that are hard to show on a spec sheet, but once you're actually in the driver's seat, the Integra is so much more than the sum of its parts in a way that BMW hasn't really done for quite a few years now. Those are your questions on the new Integra Type S, but there's so much more to say about this car. Head on over to Jalopnik and check out my full written review where I'll tell you everything about the new Integra. See you there.